I was looking forward to playing this today, but the Apex Legends got me down, so I'm a little bit less excited. But fortunately I do have something to talk about today, just in front of me, so that should take my mind off of it. Let's see.
Hold it right there. Who are you, and what is your business with Gadden?
Calm down, Zerdra. Nobody's going to try anything here in the middle of our own base. It would be a suicide mission.
You're too trusting, Gadden. Brezhik and his Vulkars want you dead. Anyone we don't know is a potential threat, and it's my job to make sure you're safe.
Do you want us to start attacking strangers on sight, Zerdra? Like the Vulkars do? I will never let it come to that. Now step aside and let them pass.
As you wish. You can speak to Gadden if you want, but I've got my eye on you. You try anything and you'll be vaporized before you can say Vulkar spy.
Well, you know, not really for many reasons, but the most important reason is, first of Quicksave, because that gets us a step closer. We don't have to skip that dialogue before. But Zebra is very reasonable still. She's just very cautious and keeps you at the distance instead of shooting strangers on sight. You're going a little bit absurd there, Gadden. But what important thing is, this conversation is broken, and from the very first time I got this game and played it, it was broken. It's broken on arguably, well, not really, but arguably, so I guess I can use that term, arguably the best version of the game, which is the phone port with native HD resolution support. It's broken, and with all the Windows patches for it to work correctly, and I'm not talking about modding, I'm talking about they were supposedly releasing some actual patches for Knights of the Old Republic in like 2017 or maybe a little bit earlier than that. Definitely for KotOR 2, but not for KotOR 1, not really. And this is still not fixed, and I don't think this ever will. Maybe a modder released a mod which fixes that, but I never really looked, because who cares? So, the deal is, we're gonna talk to Gadden.
You'll have to forgive Zerdra. Ever since Brezhik and the Vulkars began this war against us, she's been a little overzealous in her security duties. The problems with the Sith haven't helped things. Zerdra seems to forget that I know how to look after myself. Now, how can I help you?
I forgive Zebra. So let's see here. You have problems with the Sith. I need information on the Republic. That's what I really need. I need information on those Republic escape pods that crashed in the Undercity.
The escape pods? You know, I heard the Sith have been asking around the Upper City about them as well. But you don't look like you're with the Sith.
They might be spies, Gadden. They might be working for the Sith.
Calm down, Zerdra. If the Sith thought we knew anything useful, they'd have a battalion of troops kicking down our door. No, I think this off-worlder has his own agenda.
I still support Zebra here. So, are we gonna like calm their conscience, or just, you know, be brash? Of course we're gonna be brash. Do you know anything about this or not?
I suppose I could tell you what I know. It's not like it could do any harm to me or my gang.
Well, you don't know
It
that.
cause problems for the Vulkars, and that's okay in my book. The Vulkars stripped those pods clean within hours after they landed. It's too bad we didn't
Efficiency.
get there first, considering what my spies reported the Vulkars found. A female Republic officer named Bastila survived the crash.
Confirmed.
We don't believe in intergalactic slavery, but the Vulkars aren't so picky. They took her prisoner.
What about local slavery? Is interplanetary slavery alright? Bastila's a slave. What will happen to her now? We really don't care, we just need to get her anyway, maybe. But the other question is, I have to get there and rescue her. Well, let's not look like a beta male that wants to white knight a female here. Bastila's a slave? What will happen to her now?
Normally, the Vulkars would take a captured slave and sell them for a nice profit to Davik, or an off-world slaver. But a Republic officer is no ordinary catch.
I still think Bastila's just a Republic officer. That could work to our advantage. Maybe she'll even figure out a way to escape from the Vulkar base on her own.
She's too valuable to leave with the Vulkar scum at the base. Brezhik's probably got your Republic friend hidden away somewhere safe until the big swoop race. You'll never find her.
Also, apparently it's very useful that she not only lost her lightsaber, but also her traditional Jedi robes. So she fell out of the capsule, or maybe tore her clothes off in the meantime. I don't know. Not sure, but there has to be some way I can help her. Swoop race. What does that have to do with it?
I'm afraid your friend has become a pawn in Brejik's game to take over the lower city. He's offered her up as the Vulkar's share of the prize in the annual Swoop Gang race. By putting up such a valuable prize, Brejik hopes to win the loyalty of some of the smaller gangs. Their numbers will allow him to finally destroy me and my followers.
So how do you propose we go about rescuing Bastila then? Well, we can't fight all the gangs.
The only hope you have of rescuing Bastila is to somehow win the big season opener of the Swoop race.
Interesting how Gadden really doesn't offer anything in terms of attacking the enemy gangs. Maybe try to convince the smaller gangs to join him instead of Brejik. Because he didn't think of that, because he's old and senile and black and his eyes are weird. Somehow win the swoop. So, these are fucking gangs and they've got annual events. That's very interesting. Gadden, can you help me with this? How do I enter this swoop race? But I don't even have a swoop bike. Yes, but I don't even have a swoop bike.
I might be able to help you with this, if you'd be willing to help us. We both have something to gain here, and much to lose.
Yeah, obviously. How do I know I can't trust you? I don't work with the gangs. That's very goody two shoes, wouldn't you say? That would be interesting line coming from Karth back in there. Or ask for money. How do I know I can trust you?
You really don't have any other choice. Not if you want to get Bastila back. You should at least listen to what I have to say. The swoop race is for the lower city gangs only. I could sponsor you as a rider for the Hiddenbecks this year. If you win the race, you'll win your friend's freedom. But first, you have to do something for me. My mechanics have developed an accelerator for a swoop engine. A bike with the accelerator installed can beat any other swoop out there. But the Vulkars stole the prototype from us. They plan to use it to guarantee a victory in this year's swoop race. I need you to break into their base and steal it back.
So we've got a prototype accelerator for a swoop bike that they have invented, and also the whole corporate sponsorship, but on the gang level. It's not enough to say he's with us, he's gonna be driving. You need to be sponsored. All right. Thanks, Mr. Corporate Head of Gang, CEO of Gang, Gadden Thak. How do I get inside? That's a good question, but we'll get to that, I guess, because how do I know you'll live up to your end of the bargain?
My word is my bond. Everybody in the lower city knows my reputation. Besides, you really don't have a choice. I'm your only ticket into the swoop race.
Right. So how am I supposed to get inside the Vulkar base?
Getting into the Vulkar base won't be easy. The front doors are locked tight. But I know someone who might be able to get you in the back way. Mission Vale.
Hey, there's Mission. We're going on a mission.
Be serious. She's just a kid. How is she supposed to help them with this?
Mission's explored every step of every back alley in the lower city. Plus, she knows the undercity sewers better than anyone. If anyone can get inside the Vulkar base, it's her.
Also, zebra. I just can't pick a pronunciation for that word. It's not zebra. The official pronunciation is not zebra. It's zebra. But zebra here is right. She's not exaggerating. It's not like she's like 300 and Mission is like 100 years old. Mission actually is a human-like teenager in the same age range, actually. Isn't there someone else who could help me?
Don't underestimate Mission or her Wookiee friend Zalbar. They're a formidable pair, tough enough to go exploring the Undercity by themselves. Your best bet is to look for her in the Undercity, but you'll need some way past the Sith guard post at the elevator.
Also, you need to break into Black Vulkar's base. Why not, since I'm already there, instead, kick everyone's teeth so hard that they'll just spit the information I need instead, like where's Bastila, or I don't know, chop off their hands to show as some sort of biometric scanning reader to let me in. Or maybe their heads or eyeballs. Either way, really. And since I'll be in the Black Volker's base, won't Brejik be there? And why wouldn't I just kick the shit out of Brejik instead? Theoretically, it might be that he's higher level than me, right? So it's not an option right now, but you'll see that's clearly some sort of bullshit, since we will be fighting Brejik eventually, and that's not a spoiler. Well, maybe it is, but I don't give a fuck. I could pass the upper city guard, no problem, I'm gonna say, because I don't want to show my hand just yet.
A simple disguise might have worked.
Or at least it's reasonable.
But the security down here is much tougher. You'll need the proper papers to get past him. Luckily, my gang ambushed one of the Sith patrols headed down to the Undercity. They never made it, and their security papers fell into my hands. Since we're working together now, I suppose I could give them to you in exchange for your uniforms. With the security papers, you won't need a disguise anyway.
But I could use the armor. But what do you want with the Sith uniforms?
I like to be prepared. Eventually, the Sith are going to try to drive us out of the Undercity. Sith disguises might give my people the edge we need in a crucial battle.
Okay, I'll trade the uniforms for the papers.
Good choice. Thanks for the uniforms. You won't need them with these security papers anyway. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
I'll be back when I get the prototype accelerator.
I suggest you hurry. The swoop race is coming up, and we want you to have time to practice before the race.
Great, so we've got the quest, we've got items swapped out for different items, but I didn't really get to talk about the thing that I hyped up at the beginning of the episode, so let's try.
You have the prototype swoop engine accelerator with you?
Well, not just yet. I want to ask you some questions.
Your time would probably be better spent going at the prototype swoop engine the Vulkars stole from us. But I'll answer your questions if I can.
Right, so here it is. Answer number 1, or question. What's up with your freaky eyes, old man? Line number 2. Is there something wrong with your eyes? And then everything else that's irrelevant to this point. So, let's zoom in on this frame, or this section of the screen, and ensure. Number 1, what's up with your freaky eyes, old man, is yellow. Now I'm gonna swap out to the number 2, because why be vulgar about all this? Is there something wrong with your eyes? Number 2, yellow. Is cursor on 2, on line number 2? Yes. Let's click that and see what happens.
Very tactful. Are you itching for a fight or something?
How dare you? I should kill you where you stand.
Calm down, Zerdra. I'm not ashamed of what I've become. As you can see, I lost my eyes in a swoop racing crash. I rely on official replacements to see now. But my blindness was not the worst consequence of my accident. My affliction was what eventually led to this war between my Becks and the Vulkars.
Yeah, we hardly are interested in this because that's some side content. We're not interested. We just need to steal Bastila for ourselves, since she's a slave now. And she's gonna be very grateful, the princess she will be. I'll be going now, I don't care. Sure. So, see? Seemingly I was tactful, and seemingly I must have said the thing that I didn't want to. That reminds me of a joke, but not everyone knows it, and I don't want to translate it right now, but instead we're gonna load in the game and see if the opposite works. Because as you can see, some fucker at BioWare coded the dialogue wrong. For some reason. Everything else in the whole game works other than this. Let's see, let's confirm.
You have returned. You have the prototype swoop.
No, but I've got questions for you. What's up with your freaky eyes, old man?
Very tactful. Are you itching for a fight or something?
How dare you? I should kill you where you stand.
Calm down, Zerdra. I'm not but my blind.
So was I wrong there? Did I have my cursor on number 2 actually? Is it not flipped? No! The line number 2, apparently, it's not that it's swapped, because I never really went for the number 1, because why would I? It's just that the line doesn't exist. At all, I guess. Or is it a joke? Or is it that whatever you ask of this dude is gonna result in them scoffing at you? Because it's very untactful to ask I see you've got eye replacement. It's like asking about eyeglasses, right? Or contact lenses. Hey, I've noticed you've got contact lens. I often actually do notice that people are wearing contact lenses. I don't know about you. But yeah, hey, you've got contact lenses. And they go, yeah, I do. And it's not like, how dare you mock my fucking inability to see properly. I'll hurt you executed where you stand. Let's see.
Your time.
Is there something wrong with your eyes? Yeah, is that very untactful? I wouldn't say so. Yeah, I'll come back when the accelerator is in my possession. So yeah, what he did is apparently he was riding his bike around the tight streets of Lower Terrace, around the city, Lower City Terrace, and he got a flat tire. He got a flat repulsor, I guess, which caused him to flip, trip, and fall off, and you know, tumble a bit. Hey, you've got holes in your walls. Tumble a bit, and then in this freakish accident, he managed to land on apparently some either wires, sticks, or maybe like some sort of protruding pipes in the place around, like these ones here, and he managed to stab himself in the eyeballs with those. He just fell on two prongs sticking out of the ground, I guess, into his eyeballs straight up, and then crawled back to base, or maybe was found crying blood, looking for help, and they said, yeah, we've got some artificial eyes for you, old man, here. And that's the story. And so the story other than that is also that, well, yeah, you are blind now, but hold on, maybe we can help you with medical advancements in prosthetics and bioengineering, cybernetics I think would be the word. So they're like, yeah, we'll see what we can do. And Brejik is like, well, since you're blind now, maybe you should step off and let me deal with the gang dealings, since you know, can't see. But also, you know, here on Earth we do have blind people, and they obviously they can't really have like, what is it? What's the thing? Participate. A different word. Let's go with do certain jobs, because that would require them to actually see, like they can't really read maps, for instance. Well, but then again, you can, there are just trust me on that, there are things that blind people can't do, and there you have it, and they can't do it. So like, for instance, they can't really watch TV or know what a color is. So maybe management can still be done, maybe not, hard to say. So he says, you're blind now and you're not in your full capability, so maybe let me rule the gang. And he's like, nah, I'll wait for those prosthetics. And he actually got those prosthetics, and Brejik was like, well, fuck this then, I wanted this position, and that was a perfect opportunity for you to give it to me, so I'm gonna fuck off and make my own gang, I guess, or at least beat someone hard enough to give me his gang over somewhere else. And he ended up with Black Volkers either way, and now they're at war because he's got vendetta and a grudge, so bone to pick. So great, we've got the official papers in exchange for the official uniform, so this dude will clearly just let us through now.
Hold on there, civilian. Only those with official Sith business are allowed into the Undercity. Unless you've got the proper security papers, you better just turn around and go back the way you came.
Yeah, it's a good thing he's got also, the guard also has amnesia, because he clearly doesn't remember it was me he was talking about with that other Sith guy. Let's not talk about that, you know, Karth wearing uniform. Him there, and we were a patrol then, but now I'm a civilian, I guess. There is no Sith escort, so maybe like an officer undercover, I don't know. He really doesn't mind, is what I'm trying to say. Well, I've got my security papers right here, like I told you, in my different pair of pants.
Okay, you can go down if you want. Can't say I envy you, though. The Undercity is crawling with mutants. Rack ghouls, they call them. If you see anything moving down there, shoot first and ask questions later.
Ragdolls, mutants, you say? Wow. So close to being so appropriate to the current state of social, political, and economical situation on Earth. What is that? Well, I guess we'll tackle it right next episode. Right after these people
You there,
fuck off.
Upworlder! Anyone using this elevator has to pay the toll.
You think
this
so?
is our elevator. If you use it, you gotta give us something.
I don't believe this planet. Even the beggars are trying to shake us down.
5 credits. That's what it costs to use our elevator. 5 credits.
Cool. It's not that expensive at least, but to think that you don't have running water, a house, or, I don't know, a steady supply of food, but you own an elevator for me to pay you for using it, seems a little bit far-fetched, I think. Listen. Get out of here, you filthy beggars, or I'll use my blaster to end your suffering permanently.
Run, my brother! Flee this one's wrath!
Go on, you two. Get out of here. I'm sorry about that. Those 2 beggars give everyone in the village a bad name. We aren't all like that, you know. Most of us are good people.
I'm sure.
So why are you
Bruce.
here?
It's just too bad your little welcoming committee is here to give people a bad first impression.
Yeah, I'm sure all these beggars here are in the Undercity when there is no sunlight because they chose freedom, right? It's like this whole dilemma of what hobos often tell you. Well, at least some maybe try to save their face. Yeah, I chose freedom. I don't have to pay taxes. I don't have to pay work hard or buy food. I'm just a beggar and people give me shit. And I'm free to roam streets and stink and get rained on. Freedom. I'll take my golden cage, thank you very much. What do you want?
My name is Shalina. You're from the Upworld, aren't you? I've never seen it. I was born here in the Undercity. Is it as nice as they say up there?
Well, it's different. It depends what do you like. You'll probably like it because you're a primitive human. I don't have time for this.
I'm sorry. You're probably here for something important, right? You probably want to speak to Gendar. He's the leader of our village. But if you have time later, maybe you could come back and speak to me again. I don't get much chance to talk with people from the surface.
Probably not. Yeah, her name is Shalina and he's made to be sympathetic, you know, with all her shy speech pattern and friendliness. We won't be talking to her, of course not, and later on you'll see why. But this will be the end for this episode. We're finally in the Undercity, where beggars, outcasts, festering ghouls are roaming, and we'll soon have a chance to sympathize with people touched by quarantine. Stick around, cause I need more of this, and so do you.